says live, and it says love. And it says evil backwards in the mirror. I didn't realize that until after I got it. I always said this when I was younger, that like, some people don't, I never like imagined my life. Like, I always imagined my life like the next day, like, or in a couple months. Like, I never imagined getting married. I never imagined like what I would do or whatever. Like, I wanted to be a figure skater. That's what it says in my graduation book, in the, what's it called? Yearbook. So now that I'm older and I'm sober, I realize that all the problems I had when I was sober, and then all the problems that I still had when I was on drugs, I still have those problems when I'm sober. Drugs doesn't help it.
How old were you when you started?
I was about 18. People could be addictive in different ways. I happen to be, exactly. I happen to be addictive in wanting to feel like up and like ready to do things.
Because I feel like it stems from, it always comes from somewhere.
For me, it came from not feeling like I could do it on my own. I had no idea what Adderall even was, literally, or Xanax. I mean, I never took Xanax. I never took, like, downers. Those pills are very dangerous, but any pill is just as dangerous. People say it's hard to admit, and, like, acceptance is the first step. But deep down, even when you're in, like, the height of your addiction, you truly know you're addicted, even if you're denying it. I didn't love myself, and it's very true that if you don't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. I hated myself, actually, for allowing a guy to take away my dream of going to Boston. And me lying, they thought that I was doing worse things than I really was, because I'm already lying about it. So they're like, if you're lying about it, then what are you doing? Which is understandable, but I never really was up to no good until I feel like I was like just pushed to the limit where like, you really think I'm doing this bad stuff? I'll show you what bad is, like, and just didn't really care about my life or myself. That was a turning point that brought me into a whole other level of like hopelessness, which is different from depression, and people should know that.
How?
Because you go see therapists and, you know, you talk to people and like, oh, are you like depressed or, no, are you depressed or suicidal? Or no, it's suicidal and hopelessness. And it's like, no, I'm not suicidal, but I'm pretty hopeless. And a lot of doctors will get it confused and be like, this girl's gonna kill herself. And it's like, that's not it. I'm taking all these classes. I also have to go to work. I'm nervous, like I'm not, my grades are so bad. And I was like, just asking my roommate, like, what's going on, like, do you know anyone, whatever. And she was like, yeah. And I had it for the first day of school of my semester at Pace, and I had it for the rest of the year. I started buying Adderall, but then once I was getting money from my parents for books and stuff, then once I realized, that's how I was buying Adderall. I would take checks from my parents, fill it out for myself. I was an addict. That's what addicts do. When you're on Adderall, you have everything planned out. You know, like, that's why you do good in school. I knew what I was going to say. I had it. Your verbal skills are better when you're on Adderall. You know, you're able to talk for hours. I went in there and I would, like, to be prescribed Adderall, you need to have ADHD. For someone who doesn't have ADHD and takes Adderall, they're like, ah, you know, like cocaine. For someone who does have ADHD and takes Adderall, they're more mellow and could focus, you know? So when I went in there, they probably thought that I was crazy. I would always run out, though, by the time my month was over.
And what happened?
And I managed to get more.
How?
I would either tell the doctor I'm going on vacation and I need an extra supply, or I would buy more. My mom thought I was like clinically depressed. She brought me to actually get more prescriptions. I said I couldn't sleep, that I had trouble sleeping.
Oh.
So they gave me trazodone, and that is, it just is like, it's an antidepressant, but it knocks you out. But I would take that and like try to stay up because I'm also on Adderall, so my body's fighting both forces. And that's the one time where I was drinking also and I had to go to the hospital. My heart rate was down, I was throwing up, I was very sick. Because I didn't want them to know, because I think the people closest to you like know what's going on. I went away 3 times. I would really struggle because I would still smoke weed and I wasn't sober. But I was sober from my drug of choice. For me, I was sober, you know. So, and I still deal with that. Yeah, it's way harder now because they really resent me for what I've done. And they don't understand it. And I don't expect them to, but they view me as a drug addict. A lot of people can't see past that. A lot of people think about it, if you hear about someone and someone says to you, oh yeah, but they like do a lot of pills, automatically that's who they are in your head.
Describe your life like now. What do you do now?
My life now.
You're still on pills?
No.
No.
Yes, no, I'm not. I didn't realize how important it is to take care of my body. Like, my body is all I have. That's all of us have, is our bodies and time and what we do with the 2 of them. And I was abusing the crap out of my body. I was forcing it to stay up all night and do crazy things. Now I just could do things on my own. Now I could wake up, you know, and feel normal, like be tired in the morning, because that's okay, you know. That's totally okay to be exhausted and to come home after class and take a nap, and that's alright too, you know, and to like eat every meal and like enjoy it and want to eat, because Adderall makes you feel like you don't want to eat. I kept doing drugs, my brain would be shot, would be fried, overworked, and same if you take downers or anything else, turns to mush. That prescription pills are bad, honestly. Nothing good could come from them, I don't think. Everyone uses a substance for a reason, and that's the hardest part, is understanding why, you know. I'm still not sure I know exactly why, but I have an idea why I started, based on events. And so I'm not knocking the people that take this and need to take it, because I understand that, but I'm not one of those people. And
you have ADD or ADHD?
No, I've never had anything. I mean, I'm sure maybe I have a little bit, but I think I'm just crazy.
Everybody does, right?
I just have Mallory syndrome. That's it. Just me.